Hi, I'm Lainey, and I write character-driven romance with twisty plots and steamy moments. This is my first update-style video where I share what's happening behind the scenes with my writing, current projects, and a few other creative things I love, like books, games, and sometimes life in general. Feel free to do something as you listen, maybe clean your house or walk around and look at trees and nature. I will be creating a weekly spread in my finance journal as I speak, for those of you who like to watch something anyway and chill out. Around the middle of this month, my best friend told me about a writing challenge that she thought might help me tackle my writing block. This was just after I told her that I'm taking little brave steps towards solving it, but nothing too major yet. And keep in mind, she's not a writer. I was skeptical, but I love her, so I agreed to check it out. And boy, was there a life lesson in this experience. Trust your closest friends. Sometimes they know you better than you know yourself. I've been doing the challenge for the last few weeks, and I feel way more inspired than I've felt in the last year. It feels transformative. If you're interested what it is, it's the free creative writing challenge designed by Tim Clare, a British poet and writing coach, where you show up every day for 100 days for only 10 minutes of writing. It's low pressure but incredibly motivating. There were stories swirling in my mind that I kept putting aside as they didn't fit in my current writing vision. Doing the challenge allowed me to give them some time and write some character studies and scenes that wouldn't leave me alone. And this made mental space for more. If you've been following my email updates and my writing journey for a bit, you know I published a dark white shoes romance in the beginning of last year. I really believed in that story and it did well, but then the burnout hit and the creative well dried up. For months I was trying to force the words out, but the story wasn't flowing. The words all felt like they didn't fit from one paragraph to the next, and I lost the voices of my main characters. I write in first person, so that was a pretty big deal. They kind of all started to sound like me, tired, cranky, and like they had no idea what they were doing with their lives. So in the end, I let everything drop. And in a way, I'm sure I made my readers sad because from their perspective, I just disappeared for more than a year. But I've been saying for a while now that I'm not abandoning this series. It was a matter of when, not if. And I'm happy to say that I'm getting back into Jade's story. I can see her in my mind again. It's like she's come back from a long holiday. And her guys too. I see them clearer and their backstories are more tangible than before. Which brings me to the big writing news of this month. I have decided to go through Malevolent and rewrite it. After that, I will continue with the other books and won't relaunch until I have the full series ready to go. I know for some people the idea of a book they've already read being rewritten might feel frustrating, but for me this is about doing the story justice. I've grown as a person, my writing has evolved, and Jade's world deserves to be fully explored in an engaging way. The only way I can do that is if I go back and check if everything aligns. So if you're into dark romance with layered, morally grey characters and a plot that features organized crime, secrets from the past, and vigilante justice, this relaunch will be worth watching for. Now in audio news, the audiobook for my debut romantic thriller The Lavender Phantom is coming to Spotify, Kobo, and a few other select retailers. It's going through the final distribution changes, so it should start appearing everywhere soon. It won't be available on Audible, Google Play, Storytel, and some other bigger places that don't accept custom digital narration. But you won't miss out because it's also available completely for free here on my YouTube channel, and you can start listening right now. In fact, if you love a strong female character with a protective streak thrown into a hidden world of decadence and sin that tests her boundaries, you should listen to the book after this video. The link is in the description and in the upper right corner. And while I have you here, if you don't want to commit to a whole audiobook right now, I have another video which I'm excited to share with you. As a romance author, I'm fascinated by stories in all forms, including video games. I've decided to bring you along for the ride when I play narrative games with a romantic twist and react as both a player and a writer. Don't switch off just yet if you're not a gamer though. The first game I'm trying just came out and players are already loving it. Date Everything is a quirky dating simulation game where you get the power to make objects in your house sentient and date them. so you could date your couch if you wanted to. It's super fun, with great art and even better voice acting, so you will probably enjoy the video and the game, even if that's not your normal pastime. And same as before, the link is in the corner and in the description. We're almost at the end of the update now. In my newsletter, I always spotlight a few reads I've discovered through author collabs as a finishing thing. Some are books in Kindle Unlimited, some are indie gems or books I'm enjoying at the moment, and they're all romances worth checking out. I've dropped the link to the browser version of this month's newsletter so you can have a look if you want to, but it would also be silly if I didn't invite you to join as well. Lainey's Books is my monthly newsletter for my dedicated fans who are always the first to get freebies, giveaway notifications, deleted scenes, opportunities to join my ARC teams, insight into my writing journey, and many more awesome things. As a bonus, when you join, you will get my novella Lust Economics for free. It's a short contemporary romance following a student who played too hard and failed her course. Now, her quick thinking will either save her and the relationships she's built, or it will force her to return to a life she hates, and you have to read to find out which it is. Finally, Disability Pride Month is celebrated throughout the month of July to recognize and celebrate the achievements, identities, and culture of disabled people. As someone who's openly neurodivergent, I try to reflect that experience in my writing, not just for realism, but because we deserve to see ourselves in stories too. So this month, I also share a few books from other authors who celebrate the spectrum of identity in their work. The link is, as you already know, in the description. Thank you for listening. My journal spread is done and you're all up to date. I know I've already thrown a lot your way, but if you enjoyed spending time with me today, hit the like button on this video, let me know something about how your month is going, and subscribe for more. See you soon and lots of love from me. Bye!